is expected to unveil a budget of 3.02 trillion, of which a huge chunk of it will be serviced by uptake of more loans by the Jubilee government. The Big Four agenda, which includes affordable housing, food security, universal healthcare, and enhanced manufacturing, will be funded to the tune of 450 billion, representing 14.6% of the 2019-2020 financial year. Economists, however, argue that the Big Four agenda is too ambitious project that may only be a pipeline dream.
The Secretary for National Treasury, Henry Rotich, will be a man on the spot come tomorrow afternoon as he unveils the spending plans of 3.02 trillion shillings for the financial year that begins July 1st. The budget being a drop of 4.2% compared to 3.07 trillion shillings in the 2018-2019 financial year. The grave concern is that the government is expected to finance 607.8 billion shillings through uptake of loans. 324.3 billion shillings will be financed through external borrowing, while 289.2 billion shillings will be financed through domestic borrowing. A move that economist Samuel Mwaura argues that might not be wise given that the burden Kenyans already have due to the uptake of loans.
I was personally surprised that the World Bank recently was convinced by the idea of giving us $7.5 billion in terms of loan. It is not to the benefit of the common Mwananchi, according to me, and we are not even sure of how these funds are going to be utilized in the next 2 years.
I think borrowing might not be the main issue, but the main issue is borrowing to do what? Because the teachers has assured us that we have not broken our ceilings in borrowing. So the main issue is we borrow to do what? Because right now we borrow the money and built a railway that we are being told now can't pay itself. So the main issue is we are borrowing, yes, but we are borrowing to do what? So
we all know that even these monies that we budget for are not well spent. We come up with some very funny projects, some that will sound very good, projects that will benefit the Kenyan populace. But at the end of the day, the projects are either not carried out and the money just disappears. So
the 2019-2020 budget estimates set national government expenditure ceiling at 1.8 trillion shillings, with the parliament budget capped at 48.3 billion shillings. County government and the judiciary are set to receive an estimated of 372.6 billion shillings and 18.9 billion respectively. The issue of lawmakers increasing their house allowances being a pain in the neck to a majority of Kenyans.
And if you look at all this executive, judiciary, they are all fighting for the same pie, which we common Mwananchi are also fighting. So the government tends to reallocate these funds to the three arms of government and forget their core business of serving the common Mwananchi. Yeah.
Bring a budget to the Parliamentary Service Commission, it's not, the PSC is at liberty to be able to say that this is what we want to spend on this is what we want to spend on this. Why gag the PSC?
President Uhuru Kenyatta's Big Four agenda is set to be given a budget of 450 billion shillings, but critics say the Big Four agenda will be a big loss to the Jubilee government.
His Big Four agenda was dead on arrival, in the sense that he started it when it was too late. When he came up with the Big Four agenda in his second presidency term, in my opinion, he should have started it in 2013 and used it as a campaign tool to get the second term. It is too late, and it will always be late for him to try and market the Big Four agenda. One.
The big question is who will tame the insatiable appetite by Jubilee government in the uptake of loan, which is now entering the red zone, according to Central Bank.
The rate at which we are borrowing, the appetite for borrowing is just too high. And this is not only to the national government, also to the people themselves. The people, whenever they get a chance to borrow, they borrow. Whenever the government gets a chance to borrow, they borrow. So it will not be attainable. And
We'll be able to slay this dragon we're calling corruption. I think we will experience levels of development that are being experienced in the first world countries. That is what is killing us.
Kenyans will remain awarded a lot to foresee if the 2019-2020 financial budget will be absorbed in a useful manner or it will be pocketed by looters. Irene Mwangi, KUTV.